Hello, everyone. It's Monday, August 19th. This is episode 19, and we are just plugging along through August, aren't we? It's crazy. I know everybody always says this, and I was laughing about this earlier because people are posting back to school pictures, and everybody always posts how the time flies by. But I can't believe it's August 19th already. That is exciting to me for one specific reason. That means that winter is almost here. Yes, winter. Winter is my favorite season. I like it cold. I like the snow. I don't like the heat. So I am really looking forward to October. I'll settle with fall. But it seems to be, as of the last couple of years, at least if I can remember, that middle of August, early September is the worst heat of the year, and I don't understand that. But anyways, so yeah, we are plugging along. Not really much to report today. My wife and I had some stuff that we had to take care of this morning, and she has some clients till about 7 p.m. and I have been doing all kinds of stuff on the computer, emails and paperwork and just a bunch of administrative stuff. But other than that, tomorrow night, tonight while you're watching this, or maybe you're watching it on Thursday and you missed out, I have a special guest on the live show, a guy by the name of Dave Jenkins. He is the founder and director of Servants of Grace. And as I mentioned on the vlog the other day, one of the first guys that I spoke with when I was doing the planning of Theology Nights, it wasn't even Theology Nights then, I was just trying to maybe start a blog, or I'd even reached out to him about maybe contributing some stuff to his site. He was one of the first guys that really encouraged and helped me get up and running. And I am always encouraged by his posts, both on Servants of Grace and then his pictures of books. I know that sounds really nerdy, but he is an excellent student of the Word and theology. And so we are going to talk about some practical stuff, how he reads all the books that he reads, what his day looks like, time management, what's his morning and evening routine. That's kind of where I'm at right now, that I'm really looking for just a big kick in the pants. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I am not doing as much. I'm not doing what I really should be doing. I'm not doing as much. I'm not even doing as little, really. I have been... Oh man, as I've been kind of talking about over the course of this vlog and with the current season that I find myself in, it's been very up and down, just up and down and up and down. And the last week or so, I think I've been very down, not necessarily from an emotional perspective, but just from a productivity stance. I've even found myself that there's a lot of days where I didn't want to do a video because I just didn't feel like it, and thankfully my wife called me out on it, and she told me, no, you need to do this, you've committed to it. And then there were some other days where it was 10 o'clock and I just recorded something because I wanted to make sure that I stuck with it. But I have really... And what's funny is a lot of times when I do these videos, as I'm talking these things out loud, my mind starts to apply some of these things, and I start to line things up in my brain. So a lot of times, as I'm talking to you guys, I'm actually just talking to myself and confirming some of the things that I know that there's things that I need to be doing. I know that there's more time I need to spend in Scripture. I know that there's a stack of books that I've been dying to read through. I know there's a couple of books that I recently read that I really want to look through again. I want to just kind of hit a hard reset, and I've said that 4 times, I think, when I've been doing this, since I started doing these videos. And I just can't seem to, I had a friend message me the other day on Instagram. He sent me, I forget what the exact language was, but it was a picture, like a quote picture, and it basically said, what would it look like if you just committed to 6 months of hard work without telling anybody, without announcing it, just doing it? And I sent him a message, and I was like, man, I so needed to hear that right now. at this particular season, just with kind of like getting discouragement after discouragement after discouragement. My energy levels are down. My just desire to do stuff is down. And then again, it's like a mental battle, and it's just exhausting because in my mind, I'm telling myself like, hey, there's things that you need to be doing. There are numerous things that I need to do as a follower of Christ to help myself grow. And as a pastor of a flock of people, like, I owe it to them to be growing. And when we have seasons where it's just exhausting, it just seems like one thing after another, and life is just sort of like punching you in the face, and it's just real easy to veg out on the couch. And again, it's like I'm just scrolling through my phone, just scrolling through social media, or just reading random articles, or watching random videos on YouTube, and not even doing anything quote unquote bad, but just wasting time, and just wasting time. And thankfully this afternoon I was able to kind of, I don't want to say that I really have turned a corner, because I tend to focus like on immediate gratification and immediate things. Like if I want to change 10 things about my life, I want to do it all 10 at once instead of just doing like one every couple of days. Like I'll sit down and I'll get my notebook out and I'll write down the things that I'm doing that are non-productive, and I'll want to change those immediately. And it just is I know that's not successful, and I know that I need to work on things one at a time, but that's just not how my brain works. I want to do everything at once. And so maybe what I'm kind of, as I'm talking this out, maybe what I'm maybe looking from your perspective, or maybe looking for some feedback, is how can we as a community, because we've developed a pretty good community, I think, on this channel. I have a lot of people that I talk to on a daily basis, and I'm wondering, like, how can we hold each other accountable? What does that look like from a stance of like, okay, let's talk about your goals, okay? And I'll share with you my goals. Like, what does it look like in your life right now to do the things that you really want to do? Let's say you want to dedicate an hour a day of reading, or you want to, I don't know, there's any numerous habits that you could want to change in your life. Let's talk about how you're tracking those habits to make sure you are doing good, because I really think tracking your habits is a good way to grow. So let's kind of look at it that way. What are the habits? Let's identify some of the things that you want to change. What are the bad things that you want to change? And then what are the good things that you want to introduce into your life? Maybe these are things that you've never done before and you really want to do them now. There's things that I want to do right now that I was really good at, and then it just seems like I get hot and cold at various seasons of life, and then they go away, and I'm kind of at that season right now. So why don't we chat about that? Why don't you leave a comment below? And let's just kind of pick out one or two habits that you'd really like to get back into your life. Mine is going to be an hour of reading a day outside of scripture. I want to get back to an hour a day of reading. And I know that, like, honestly sounds like a lot, but it's not. It is really, really not, especially in the season that I'm in right now. And honestly, with all that I do and what I'm called to do, like, it's I can't afford not to spend that much time reading and growing. So that's something that I want to do. So that's where you guys can hold me accountable on. And we'll figure out a system to track, and we can check in with one another and what it looks like to help each other. And if you want to join the Discord channel, I'll create a separate channel just for us that we can use for talking about this specific topic. But seriously, leave a comment below. I'm interested to know what you want to grow on, what you want to start doing, what you want to remove, and how we're going to get there. And let's chat and let's help each other. Let's use a platform that God has given us to help one another grow. And if you want to learn more about some good habit tracking apps or methods or anything like that, send me a message. I've kind of gone through a lot of them. because I get into these seasons every so often, and so I've done research upon research, and I've got some good books for recommendations and apps that I've used, and Evernote, and I mean, just on and on and on. Send me a message. I'd love to chat. And if you are watching this early enough in the day on Tuesday, join us for the live show, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, every Tuesday night, in case you miss it. Join us every Tuesday. If you've never been to a live show before, we have a great chat during the show. You can ask questions, and when we have guests on, we have great conversations about their life and some practical advice on growing in theology and growing in knowledge of Scripture. And we do book recommendations, we do giveaways, we do a little bit of everything. So I'd love to see you guys there, or you can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Theology Nights. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great day. See ya.